King Charles III's health has been thrust into the spotlight as Queen Camilla reportedly becomes increasingly troubled by his relentless schedule. Despite a cancer diagnosis earlier this year, King Charles has shown no signs of slowing down, maintaining a punishing array of royal duties that would be taxing even for a man in perfect health. This unyielding pace is raising serious concerns, not just among the public, but most notably from Queen Camila herself. The Queen is deeply worried that King Charles is pushing himself too hard, potentially jeopardizing his recovery. Although the exact nature of the King's cancer has not been disclosed, the diagnosis alone would suggest the need for a more measured approach to his royal engagements. Yet, King Charles has continued to operate at full capacity, even as the burden of his responsibilities seems to grow heavier with each passing day. One of the most pressing concerns for Camilla is the King's upcoming overseas trip to Australia, scheduled for October. The journey is expected to be grueling, both physically and emotionally, given the extensive public and diplomatic engagements lined up. Australia, a key member of the Commonwealth, holds significant importance, and the King's visit is seen as crucial. However, the trip's demanding nature has only added to Queen Camilla's fears that King Charles is pushing himself beyond his limits. The strain on the King has been evident in his recent activities. Even during his supposed vacation at Balmoral Castle, he hardly took a break. Instead of resting, he traveled to Southport to meet with the grieving families of children who had tragically lost their lives. Following this, he held a private meeting in London with these families, demonstrating his commitment to his role, despite the personal toll it might be taking on his health. Camilla's concerns have not been kept private. She has made public appeals for the King to slow down, clearly frustrated and worried that his insistence on maintaining such a hectic schedule could have dire consequences. The Queen's pleas, however, appear to have fallen on deaf ears. King Charles, known for his deep sense of duty, seems determined to continue his work unabated, even at the risk of his health. This situation has caused a ripple of concern across the nation. The public, who have watched their king shoulder the burdens of the crown with dignity and grace, are now increasingly worried about his well-being. The fear that he might be overextending himself, potentially worsening his condition, is growing. There is a sense of unease, as people wonder what might happen if the king does not heed the calls for caution. Despite these concerns, Buckingham Palace has remained tight-lipped on the issue. GB News reached out for a comment, but no official response has been given, leaving the public and media to speculate on the king's true condition. This silence has only fueled further anxiety, as it suggests that the situation might be more serious than the palace is willing to admit. As the October trip to Australia looms, the tension surrounding the king's health is palpable. Queen Camilla's worries reflect a broader concern for the future of the monarchy. If King Charles does not slow down, the consequences could be catastrophic, not just for his health, but for the stability of the royal institution itself. The king's determination to carry on, despite his illness, is both admirable and alarming, leaving many to wonder how long he can keep this up before it takes a toll that cannot be reversed. The coming months will be critical. The world will be watching closely, not just to see how King Charles handles his duties, but to see if he will finally listen to the concerns of those who love him most. The king's health has now become a matter of public concern, and his ability to balance his responsibilities with his well-being could define the future of his reign.